Say, yeah. Today we'll configure storefront with NetScaler wise. For that, go to the store, right click, authentication methods. Previously, we used to do the authentication methods are normal pass-through, single, those all for the internal users. But now this pass-through from Citrix gateway is for the external users. Okay, external users. Yeah, save this. Do you have that NetScaler option is there? NetScaler screen is there at least. But it shut down, right? You're not able to log in now. Instead of Gen server, so if you have a newer version of storefront, we'll get an option to import that from the file. That storefront we can import from the file itself. Now we can't log in because server is down. Okay, let it add it manually. But in the newer version, what they're giving is that file we can download from the NetScaler. Automatically, those settings it automatically configure. I give any name here. Any name. Clouds of NetScaler something. Then here we are going to give one, like say here one setting is required. What is that setting is? Here we are going to configure one VPN. That VPN need to be attached to one gateway kind of, that means GSLB IP address or domain name it is going to link. Say suppose in my environment, we used to connect to caconnect.ca.com, caconnect.ca.com. So to this we used to connect. What is this FQDN is? Like every user is going to access. That means already from this URL, already the user is
connected
and already in the all the web servers, all this, like we'll have a domain, right? In our domain for this host records, all those also we have added. And this URL should be accessible from storefront or not? It's
yes,
no need to be accessible from storefront. Okay, that gateway URL, it may be storefront, may be internal, but it's no need to be accessible. But that enter outside users, it should be accessible. Okay, that means from my office, from my home, if I'm accessing caconnect.ca.com, what is that is? We got a virtual IP that is a public IP, but that should be attached to our domain name. It should be attached to domain name. That GSLB enabled DNS name, we are going to enter in that URL. Okay, assuming this, you copy there. Assuming this FQDN, you copy that. Maybe say suppose Citrix Connect dot. So copy Citrix Connect dot. Citrix Connect dot cloudsoft.com. Means Cloudsoft is our domain name. Citrix Connect is one of the subdomain we have created. Okay. Choose next. HTTPS, I think the prefix you have removed.
Can I enter HTTPS?
Yes, HTTPS colon, that URL path you need to give. Colon // Okay, so then here there is one important concept, secure ticketing authority. Secure ticketing authority in XenApp 6 and 6.5, XenApp servers used to do STA role. What is the meaning of STA?
Secure ticketing.
Secure ticketing authority. Now in the newer version of 7.x, any controller can do this. Say here, what is our expectation? What is our expectation here?
Load balancing.
We need to add multiple STA servers. So what is the meaning of STA server? What is the STA server? Secure Ticketing
Other.
Authority. Secure Ticketing Authority, STA, is hosted on Citrix Virtual App and desktop servers. That means it's the controllers. And
Yeah.
what it is going to issue?
Going to issue
It is going
STA.
to issue the secure session tickets. Okay, I'll tell one example. Whenever the external user is connecting, okay, so try to understand here. External user is connecting. For the first time, the authentication is going to happen, right? At the NetScaler, we are configured like one LDAP, right? At the NetScaler, we have configured LDAP. With that LDAP, it's going to authenticate using 389 or 636. For that, what we need to configure in the NetScaler, that LDAP policy we need to configure. Once we configure the policy, then user is going to log in. Then that request would be sent to StoreFront. StoreFront will send to STA. For the external user, STA is going to generate one token for us. Say, if assume it's a ticket. When you want to enter into a theater, do you need to show the ticket at the entrance or not? You need to show the ticket, right? When you want to enter into the movie theater.
Yes, yes.
Now we got the ticket. First we got the ticket only here. Okay, when we got the ticket, can you tell me? For the first time when the user login, here in the enumeration is only happening. But
Yeah.
for the second time, when again the same user comes to launch the application, we have a risk. Can you tell me that risk? Is it internal user or external user?
Inter.
No. The request we are giving is for from the NetScaler user is external user.
Yes.
Okay. For the second time, when the user again click on the application, we are not going to verify that user. From AD wise, we are not verifying.
Okay.
How we are trusting him is he is the same user or not. With this
STA.
STA ticket, it should be same. If the STA ticket is not matching, then we don't allow that user to deliver the application.
Okay.
So it's not required for the internal user, but external user should be very careful for us. There may be chance of tampering may happen also in the middle.
Yeah.
If the token has been not appropriate, or if the user doesn't comes with without having the token, if the user comes, then our Citrix doesn't trust that user request and the delivery of the resources is not going to happen. Okay, can you tell me what is the role of STA ticket, STA server role? It is generating the tickets. At what stage it is generating the tickets? At the time of enumeration, it is generating a ticket. Okay, then at the time of launch, when the user request come for ICA, if this ticket is not there, then it is not going to trust that session. Okay, so definitely that is going to validate because for the second time again, I'm not validating that user from AD wise. Only for the first time I have validated. Once user clicks on the application, okay, already enumeration is done, right?
Yes, yes.
Once user clicks on that, at that moment, before launching that application to the external user, for the external user, second time it is testing again. If the token is not matching, then it assumes it's not the right session. Then application delivery or desktop delivery is not going to happen. That is the reason we need multiple STA servers. Any of your controllers, if you have, you add controllers. Say add one controller here. So come to that add, but real time, we need to add multiple controllers and this path is very, very important. Can you tell me what is the path of this? /scripts/ CTX XTA.dll.
DI.
Okay, so this is the path where that every controller can do. Previously, every Xenap server also can do HTA kind of role. But why we are adding multiple servers here in our scenario? Because if at the time of ticket generation or if ticket is not validating, we can't enter into the movie, right? Say suppose you have a movie at 9:30. If no one open the tickets or no one to verify the tickets, then we can't see the movie.
Yes, yes.
That is the reason for the high availability. We are going to add multiple
Tick STA.
HTA servers. Say here what servers we need to add?
STA, sir.
Yeah, HTA, that HTTPS is required or not, check once. Add the FQDN.
Equal.
FQDN of that server you write down. Okay, what is the path of that? In that server, if you go in the controller, in that scripts, ctxxta.dll would be there. In the Citrix folder, we'll have this DLL. This is responsible to generate the tickets, and at the time of delivery of the resource, it is going to validate the ticket also.
What is the server name?
No, that controller name.
Control.
Any of the controllers we can add. If you have 4 controllers, add all the 4 controllers also. And
DC.
even in the not DC. DC means not Active Directory mission, right?
Not active.
Yeah, then add the DC itself. Okay, by default, we no need to do anything. HTA will come by default with the controller.
Callback here.
The callback URL also.
Optional.
Yeah, that is for the like once you add the in the real time we are going to add multiple
STA servers.
And in the authentication settings, like in the NetScaler, we have added one. If you remember yesterday, for the load balancing, we added one virtual server IP address, right? For
Yes,
assuming 2 storefront servers, we added 2.
Yeah.
So that IP address here we can use it. And if you have any smart card or maybe any federation kind of activity services, then we are going to call that callback URL also. We'll have one like maybe radius kind of server or any smart card kind of access you have. That server details we need to add here.
Okay.
Okay. So for smart access, that's we need second level of authentication we'll have, right? Maybe fingerprint or RSA kind of token number. For that server we need to provide.
Okay.
So it depends upon our requirement. If we have multiple NetScalers also outside, we can add multiple gateways also we can add. Multiple gateways also we can add. Okay, come to that store itself, right click. Very, very important. One more setting is there. Right click on that. No, in the store you go. Configure remote access settings. So here we can configure the beacon points. These also we can configure. Yeah, so this we need to enable remote access. Okay, so 1 second. VPN tunnel is not required. If you have multiple gateways, you can configure the remote access settings.
This one?
Yeah, that check once, click OK. Yeah, okay, that. Then we need to configure the beacon points also. Right click on the store itself, beacons, manage beacons would be there. So we need to configure the beacons, otherwise right side also is there. In the actions is there.
Sir, that full VPN tunnel and no VPN tunnel, that difference.
VPN, if you have any VPN is there, users are connecting from the VPN, then we need to provide.
Okay.
As of now, VPN also we are using as as of now, VPN also we have using
no, if you are not using, then no VPN.
no
tunnel.
VPN. Sometimes the client also, internal client VPN, say NetScaler itself as of now for our applications, it acts as the VPN also.
Okay.
If you have any third party VPN also is there, that is also we need to configure for NetScaler.
Okay.
So now here cancel this. We'll understand the beacon points. Right click on that, manage beacons. So now here we need to specify what is the internal IP address and what is the external IP address. Okay, say internal IP address and external IP address based on the request from where the source of request user comes. StoreFront will understand whether that user is an internal user or
Externally.
external user, because most of the internal users are going to access through service URL itself. That means that is the StoreFront service URL.
Yeah.
No. For internal beacon, you specify the service URL.
Okay.
Yeah, that means store web something would be there, right?
Yes.
So using that, we are going to
That you.
communicate. So that means most of the internal users are coming from this beacon point. For external address, for the external address, we need to configure our NetScaler kind of things.
Already configured here.
No. That is we have already given right in the Citrix Connect dot. That is the FQDN we have given, right?
Yes.
That itself is the external point.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have multiple, you can give this. There, when the user request comes, because I have one more domain also I have attached. Some of the users are given usa.cloudsoft.com.
Okay.
That also I can add as a
External beacon.
external beacon point. So now here, what is the meaning of internal beacon?
Normal URL.
Internal users are coming from that URL. External user is
External.
from the external user. Okay, then come to that server group. So what is the concept of server group here is, if you have the multiple storefront servers, all those also we no need to go for a load balancing kind of thing. We can add them into the server group. So click on the add server. So in order to add this server, what we need to do? We need to install one more. We need to install one more storefront server. Okay,
Yes.
in the real time, in the server group, what we are going to maintain is multiple
Storefront servers.
storefront servers. Everyone try to configure these multiple storefront servers also.
Yeah, minimum 2 in
The
each.
minimum 2, and that propagate changes is one of the question people are asking. That means if you configure some settings in one storefront, automatically that need to be replicated into
Another storefront.
another storefront also. For that we have, okay, so we have one more option called propagating.
Propagating.
Okay, so once you add that multiple servers in the server group, if you right click, we'll get propagate changes. Then what's going to happen if you click on the propagate changes, what's going to happen?
Both servers we will.
Yeah, both the no. If you have 10 servers also in that server
Yeah.
group, whatever the changes have been performed on the authority news server is going to be performed into all the servers. And try to upgrade this also to the newer storefront servers. Today in the interview, most of these questions itself they asked. Beacon points, important interview question. What is HTA server? And what is the path of HTA server? Can you tell me the path of HTA server?
Scripts.
CTX HTA dot scripts slash CTX HTA dot
DAL.
DLL. What is DLL? Any idea? Most of the Microsoft kind of applications, Windows, all those files also, are .NET based or VC++ kind of applications will get the output in the form of DLL files.
Okay.
Dynamic link library. Means it's maybe VC++ code, written code, or maybe .NET kind of code it is.
Okay.
Okay, that's maybe like some programs have been written in backend. That code is maybe generating a ticket and validating the ticket. Yeah, cancel this. Try to add one more server and try to check the propagate the changes. In the real time, definitely we will have a server group itself.
Okay.
Okay, and storefront server normally in the real time, it's not in controller mission. It should be in the separate mission. And come to that stores. Say then manage delivery controllers. Yeah, here normally we added only one controller, right? But for the real time, we need to add multiple controllers also here.
Yes, sir.
This is different, STA is different. And come to that C drive inet pub. C drive inet pub.
C-
Not
C-
here in this Windows Explorer. Come to C drive inet pub. But NetScaler may be taken care by separate team also, but storefront configurations, all these we need to have good knowledge. Come to C drive inet pub. www root Citrix. That CloudSoft is the store we have configured, right? Go to
Yeah.
that. Mm, Web.config is there, right?
Yeah.
Open that web.config. Notepad open. So what is the DC setting we have configured? Search with the DC. Control F DC. Search still. Yeah. So now here we have added our host BRL. Service name is CloudSoft. These all the configurations we done from the storefront. But all those details have been stored in one file. What is
Yeah.
that file name? Web.config. Web.config. If someone asks about if you want to take a backup or if you want to migrate the store, definitely this file we need to take a backup.
Okay.
Okay. So if you want again configure all those settings instead of doing, if you have this file, you can restore this file into this path again.
Automatically it will change.
Automatically, those all the changes will come.
Okay.
Okay. So that is the thing we need to have a knowledge on this web.config. What is the purpose of this? Whatever the configurations on the store or store web we have configured.
Okay.
Okay, so this try to understand what are the contents we have in this web.config also.
Yeah.
Okay, so those details have been like you want to take a backup, replications, migrations. This file plays very vital role.
In
Okay,
storefront server in C drive, right?
inet pub is normal IAS page.
Web config.
Yes, yes. In that is our store. Say suppose if you create one more store with new CloudSoft, in that new CloudSoft will be come to store again, create a store. Maybe others also will get an idea.
Yeah.
They come to storefront, create a new store. This time instead of DC, you give another name. Later we'll configure that web config to this
Store name.
new CloudSoft.
Hello.
Yeah, remaining all.
Controller.
Yeah, controllers, add multiple controllers.
You have to click on
Add option servers.
And the port will be 80.
Normally in the real time, it should be 443 itself. For that, what
Yeah.
we need to add is root certificate should be in the controller. That client certificate should be in the storefront. So here as of now, choose, yeah. Come back. Yeah, next. Added, right? Edit that. The advanced settings, check the advanced settings what you have. No, yeah. And that's not required. No issues. Cancel. Yeah, say here in the real time, we don't use HTTP definitely. Okay, then storefront to controller. What is the port number now in this scenario? It's going to happen 80, but in the real time, it should be 443. In 6 and 6.5, what is the port number? Say there it is called as XML broker.
Okay.
Okay, in what is the XML broker port number? Any idea? By default port is 8080. Again, if you use HTTPS anyhow, it would be 443 itself.
Okay.
No, come back, Venkat. Don't give DC there. You give my
Yeah.
DC you give. Yeah, okay.
Can I remove this?
Keep this, no issues. But we need to give the FQDNs normally.
Okay.
Instead of DC, we should give the FQDNs. Yeah, finish this. Yeah. Yeah, create it. Now what you will do is that previous one we have web config, right?
Yes.
That web config folder you copy to this folder once it created.
Okay.
Can now refresh once here. Yeah, let it create here new CloudSoft and new CloudSoft also came. That new CloudSoft folder came, check once.
Still not.
No, it came. Fifth
Yeah.
one.
Hmm.
Yeah, from the CloudSoft, copy that web config, copy to this one. After configuration, you do. From the storefront wise, let it configure. Later you copy and check this settings. So my DC both we gave, right?
Yes.
If you configure that only DC need to come there.
Okay.
But with store name maybe changes, we'll see that. Normally in the real time when we are migrating, we need to keep the same store name only.
Yeah.
You got it right? In the same mission we are doing, but in the real time for migration, it would be under another mission we are going to do it.
Yes.
Let me- Some companies may have two different storefront servers for internal, some storefront servers, for external other storefront servers also some companies may maintain. Yeah, copy those files from new CloudSoft Web.config file, copy to new CloudSoft. Yeah, restart that IAS or storefront, try to restart that storefront service, restart. In the services, we'll have a storefront service would be there.
Citrix StoreFront.
Citrix storefront would be there. Last mostly scroll down. Yeah, storefront service. Okay, in order to reflect that settings, either IAS wise or storefront wise, we need to restart. Go and check that new storefront controllers. Manage the delivery controllers. So here
Yeah.
that new DC has been removed, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So that means that from that file itself, it is reading all these settings.
Okay.
Hence, if we want to take a backup of that, we need to take a backup of that web.config file. We need to able to tell. And at the storefront server group, if you do some settings, propagate that changes is one of the interview question people are asking mostly. Means if you have 10 storefront servers, all those settings you no need to do 10 times.
Okay.
Propagate those changes into all the server group also, we can do it. Okay. Say I need to explain one session for PowerShell commandlets, mostly used some PowerShell commandlets people are asking in the interview.
Okay.
So that means in our everyday Subrat,
Yes.
you also try to prepare some PowerShell commandlets.
Okay.
Are you using any PowerShell commandlets for monitoring or testing purpose?
Okay.
No, are you using currently any PowerShell commandlets?
Yes, yes, yes. Like
Yeah.
to
Mostly
connect.
every day
yeah.
we'll use some PowerShell commandlets, right?
Yeah.
That to test the database connectivity, license
Yeah.
server connectivity, controller status, what is the user session status. Like this, we have the PowerShell commandlets we have. So how to use the Citrix commandlets by default, like Citrix, how to configure those PowerShell commandlets, database connectivity, how to restore any database kind of things. Mostly used the PowerShell commandlets also we'll discuss.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Please, like this, if you're adding, say, because based on the interviews, I'm adding those points also, it would be useful for you. Okay. Any other doubts? Say NetScaler wise, one important thing is there everyone will expect that job role from us. That is how to create the certificates, how to configure those certificates, how to update those certificates if those have been expired. Okay, that concept I will explain, because that is a major role which we are going to do. If the certificates are expiring, how to renewal those certificates is the major challenging job role.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is one of the important, like a NetScaler wise, those roles itself you can tell. I'll explain more even in that, how to explain from the interview wise. These all the roles on the, don't tell you have worked with the MPX only. VPX we have worked like that, we should able to tell.
Okay.
Okay, sure. If tomorrow is there, I'll share that. Okay.
Okay.
And one
Okay.
more thing, I've created. Anyone have the Azure account is there?
Yeah, actually created but expired, I think.
Yeah, that expire, right? Try, if possible, try to create one.
Yeah, I will recreate.
So everyone try to create one more Azure account.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Okay, sure.
Yes.